to reward you because of the kindness that you have shown to a fellow man, as you have shown to his ministers. Maybe men of God, you see a man of God that his shoe has bent, and you join people to laugh him and mock him that he is not wearing a new shoe. Are you getting me? That is no way, that has no blessing to you. What will add a blessing to you is that if you check your pocket and see that you can afford a new pair of shoes, whether it is Abamade, so long as it's better than the one he's wearing, you buy it and give it to the man. I don't know if you follow me. Have a different mindset and perception about life. Don't allow every other person's mindset to become your mindset. Are you following? Don't allow every other person. Maybe you sit amongst friends that are joking about church and man of God and the people that go to church, and you don't join them like that. Everybody is laughing, so that if you don't talk now, it will be like you know blend. Don't be like that. Be your own man. Have your own mindset. Have your own direction. That even if you are in the midst of this, someone can spot the difference. I know that this person's mindset is different from the others. Is somebody following me here? So begin to learn to express your love for God to people around you, to things around you. Some time ago, many years back, when we were growing up in the village, if I'm traveling, I must buy a certain amount of bread. When I go, there are old women that will go and give. When I was still in the village, what I do, if I go sometimes when I'm less busy, I will just go fetch water and pour. There is these two old women that I'm very fond of, very old women. I will go there, fetch water for them, give them. Sometimes I go when I gather enough firewood, I will also share to them. I will go and give them firewood, and they will always pray for you. They will always bless you. Sometimes today you see some people, they don't pray again, no. But the prayer that many people are saying on their behalf, or that these people have said over you, keeps working for you. You are in a transport, you see an old man or woman, you just pay for their transport casually, and they say, oh, God bless you. You don't know what it means. You are spreading love. Maybe that person was not having a good day, but the moment someone paid their transport and they are going, you'll be like, oh, thank God. So somebody can pay my transport. Some people have never experienced it before. That they are going somewhere, somebody paid their transport for them. There are people that have not experienced it. And then you are the first to do it for that person. That person will be like, wow, so good people still do this life. I was going home, jejely, I saw a man standing by the way, and I wanted to buy fuel in the police station. I see him struggling with his car, begging the fuel attendant man, and the guy refused to give him, even a little fuel to reach him, which I understand. And then I said to him, okay, you know what? Let me help you buy 2 liters. It can carry you. He said, yes, I bought 2 liters for you. The man thanked me. We exchanged contact. And he was like, when I get home, I will just give you the money. He didn't know I was not doing it for him to give me back. I said, don't worry. He said, no, see, from that day till today, the man never called me and never called me. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if I am doing it because he will give me back, and he never called me since that day, I will just say that everybody is wicked. I will not help somebody again. Is that not so? I will be disappointed. But I wasn't doing it for him to return the favor. I was doing it for the sake of God. What if it was me that is stranded, and someone have money in their pocket and they refuse to give me just 2 liters, less than 2,000? Somebody following me. Sometimes you may not have, but use the little you have to put smile on someone's face. You don't know what God will do for you by that. Just by putting smile on someone's face with a little, God knows you are still struggling. God knows that you see. Many a times the love you show speaks more volume than your prayers. Somebody follow me. The love that you show speaks more volume than your prayers. When you are showing love to God and to people, it's like you are solving a problem for God. Now let me tell you, I was teaching online someday and I told them, do you know that you are someone's answered prayer? You don't understand. Do you know that you are someone's answered word? Okay, let me give you an example. Bros, come. Now let's take this example. This young man buys a portion of land here, and then this one also have a land here, but he have a mud house. Sorry, you will not have a mud house. Amen. Now, but he have a mud house, okay, and he's hoping that one day that God will give him money to build a house, okay. And now this young man comes beside his land, builds a mansion, 1 million of naira, and this one is still living in a mud house. Do you know that this man is this man's answered prayer? If this man realizes that he is this one's answered prayer, do you know what he will do? He will know that this man needs a house without being told. And then what he will do, he will now, even if it is left over of his materials, he will say, use it and build 2 room and parlor for this man. The money that he may use to build 2 room and parlor for this man may not be up to the money he will use to do only swimming pool in his own house. So he becomes this man's word answer prayer. Go back please. Now because we have not realized that we are other people's answered prayer. Imagine a man comes to church and is asking God, Father, I just need 50,000 to pay my children's school fees. And then someone is also at the same church asking God, Father, I have this 50 billion contract to sign. This, that. And God answered his prayer and he signed that contract of 50 billion. Do you know that man, if you give this man 500,000 to solve his problems, that he is that man's answered prayer, and it will not still affect him? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Even in the church, the Lord blesses people to be blessing to other people. If the church begins to understand this thing, you will realize that many times if you go to church, you will not see poor people, because the one that is rich will bless the other. That is why in the beginning, in the days of the apostles, who have many properties will sell one, bring the money, they will share it among themselves and use it to manage and feed. Because they know that God gave you that thing for you to be able to help another person. That is the love of God. Your love for God is not you going to church every day and saying, I love God. You are God. I love my God loves me. No. Your love for God is the things you are able to minister. Your ability to minister to the need of the people around you. Your ability to minister to the need of the church. Your ability to minister to the need of your minister. Your ability to minister to the need of the people around your community. Hallelujah. You come to church. I've given you many examples, and I don't always like to make it about myself. But when I tell you these things, I tell you them so that you will be motivated. When we went to Assemblies of God in Lagos, in Millennium Section 4, when we were there, we came to the church, there was no youth, only old people, because the man of God is also at home. There was no altar. I and my other friend are now in Ivory Coast, and some other people, we begin to invite youth. Because you know, this is natural. Are you getting me? For instance, if a youth come into this church now, he will be comfortable. He or she will be comfortable because they are youth like him. Are you there? But then if an elderly woman or man comes here now, he will not be totally relaxed. Are you getting me? You know why? He will feel like this is just gathering of children to him. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But then, if that such a man comes and he understands what the love of God means, he will go out and evangelize to his fellow elders. One day, I said to my friend, why don't we just go on evangelism and talk to all these our friends? Let us be attending here. And we started buying instruments for the church. We raised the altar. It's bigger than this one. Assemblies of God Church. Bigger than this one. We raised the altar. Our money. The pastor Shishi was not there. We finished. We started inviting youth. Putting youth programs on our own. We just come and tell Pastor, please, we need the church to be open on Thursday and Friday. We want to have a youth program. We're inviting people. They will allow us. We continue doing this until by the time I left the church in 2018 that I traveled to Sierra Leone, the church already have more than 50 youths. Not long after I traveled, my friend also traveled to Ivory Coast. The other one went to youth service. All of us begin to progress. We begin to progress. And then the one that you have brought in remains. Had it been we did not bring in anybody, and the Lord begin to bless us, and we progress, we travel, the other one went to youth service, the church will also go back to what it used to do. Are you following me? You go to a young man was going to a school. When he came to the school, he realized that the school they posted him there, and then when he I don't know if they still do it now, when they transfer you, like your parents can write a letter, your school can write a letter of recommendation transferring you from their school to another school to study. They still do it now, right? So those days when they did it, and when this boy got there, he realized that his school was lacking a lot, and his father had a lot of money. He begged his father, since he's now in this school, why not him just help the school and do chairs for the school? That the students are suffering and he's not being comfortable in the school and all that. His father looked, because of the comfort of his child, he provided seats for the school. Now, what if you see that boy coming there is the answer prayer for that school? Had it been the boy say, oh, this school is bad, this school is this, and he leaves the school, he will have no impact in that school. And if there is any blessing that God would have given to him because of that thing that he would have done, he will not receive it. So you keep walking around from place to place without blessing. Are you following me now? Don't always look at what God will do for you first. God has already done what He will do for you. By loving you, giving you salvation, bringing you close to Himself, giving you assurance that nothing will separate you from His love. And He did not end there. So all you need is for you to be able to connect to that love of God by loving Him and loving His creation. That's why when the Pharisees were persecuting Jesus and they said that we love the Father, but for you we don't know you. He said no, you don't love the Father. Because if you love the Father, you will love me. Because I am from the Father, and I and the Father are one. So you cannot love the Father and you don't love me. Is this what blesses somebody this morning? Wherever you find yourself, don't be the person that finds problem. Be the person that finds solution. Are you there? Don't be the person that always say, this church where I go today, they never try, they never arrange this one. They see never they know. Be the person that will say, okay, how can I contribute to make this church what it's supposed to be? You go to your place of work instead of saying every time like this, every time this. Begin to okay, how can I help my boss or my friend or the owner of this business, to make it better. That's how you are blessed. That's how the blessing comes. Because God will always reward your sacrifice, your show of love, your activity activities of love, God will always do what? Reward it. He is too faithful to fail. True or false? True or false? That means when you show love, He will not fail. A man that does not have a child was complaining to God that you have blessed me, but you have not given me a child. And God said to him that according to your destiny, child is the last. This man was very rich, very, very wealthy, and he's giving acts to people, helping people, but he doesn't have a child. And every time he cries to God and says, you have not given me, the Lord always tells him, your child is the last in your destiny. Your destiny is to help people. And the day you stop helping people because you have not get a child, that day you will never get a child. I don't know if you understand that. The man is helping people. You know, if you see a woman that is looking for baby, they always say her, if you see someone that is carrying a baby, give them something, go to motherless baby, do this. If you see a pregnant woman, tap from their blessing, give them something, you know, all those things. So because the man is looking for a baby, he always gives things, always help people. If you hear that there's somebody give birth in the hospital, no money to pay, you go and pay. He continue doing all these things. And then at the time he begins to get tired, he will always ask God, why is it that I have not have my own baby? I'm going to say that having a baby is the last in your destiny. And every day you vex and say, as with all this I'm doing, I'm going to never give you a baby. In fact, let me do some helping people. That day you have killed the chances of even having one. So you just have to continue. And when the time comes, I bless you. When the time came, the Lord blessed the man's wife with 3 children. Hallelujah. And if you hear the complete story of what happened, you will be shocked. Because the other woman can actually conceive, but she has a problem that can make her that she will have a limited time to live and nobody knows. So not long, I think according to the story, it was about 7 years after the man had that revelation, his wife died. So he took another one. This one that came now is the one that gave him to him. And even the other one gave birth to the children. In that 7 years, she would have died. And only the man was caring for the children. You see, the ways of God is very mysterious. Many times we will not understand it. Many times it may look somehow. But this is not really the concern. Are you following me? That is not really the concern. The concern is for you to be able to love God to the point that you are not looking at the next person. You love God to the point where you don't look at the next person. Not like, oh, this my guy, you know they go today, make a rest. Or this my guy said, you know they do this instead, you know things they work for them. So no need to do me. You know, many times we always compare our life with other people's life. Measure your life by your life. That's how you grow. Can you say, I measure my life? Say it louder. I measure my life.
I measure my life
with my life. That's how I grow. Don't measure your life with other people's life. No be my mate be this. No be all of us grow. No be all of us come out from school. He never even achieve them. So he never make am. So why am I even pressuring myself? I know the other my guys do this. No. Many of them don't know what you know. They don't have the privilege you have. They don't have the idea you have. They don't have the opportunity you have. Then you don't have what they have. Are you following me? You can be age mate, you can be classmate, you can be schoolmate, you can be housemate, but you cannot be grace. You cannot be idea mate. You cannot be wisdom mate. You cannot be revelation mate. All these things doesn't have mate. You cannot be destiny mate. Are you following me? So you mention your today by your yesterday. Today, this is where I am. Yesterday, where was I? Yesterday, you woke up as a broke person. What did I do yesterday to make sure that today I will not be broke? Today, what am I doing to make sure that tomorrow I will not be broke? Today, I have 1,000. What am I doing to make sure that by tomorrow I will have 2,000? What am I doing to make sure that by next tomorrow or by next week that my 2,000 will become 10,000? What am I doing in next week to make sure that by the end of this year and I will not be where I used to be? Not measuring yourself by other people. Oh, this guy never even cash out. I mean, we just start. No, it was not about who just starts. This guy start business. This guy never even go anywhere 2 years now. No, it's not about. When I hear pastors be like me, I serve, in my church, I pray with only me and my family for 1 year, for 3 years, for 7 years, and before members begin to come. That is their own calling. That is their own life. So how will I be now? I will now relax and say, after all, my papa stayed 7 years before members begin to come. So the members are not coming. I've not even reached 1 year. Why am I bothered? No. Their destiny is not my destiny. Their calling is not my calling. Where they are heading is not where I am heading. The lives I'm supposed to touch and the life they are supposed to touch is not the same. So I don't measure my life with another person's life. So you come in your love for God. Measure it by yourself, for yourself, and for the sake of God. Somebody following me. Somebody following me. Now, let's see something here. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 5. We're rounding up. Of the love of God. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 5. Let's see how you should love God. How you should love God. Are you there? Can you read for me? And thou shalt love the Lord. You shall love with all your heart. Yes? And with all your soul. And with all your might. Now look at this. You love your God in 3 dimensions. With all your heart. With all your soul and with all your heart is in terms of sacrifice, in terms of the sacrifice you make. With all your soul is in terms of worship, in terms of your relationship with God. With all your mind is in terms of activities. Hello? In terms of what? Activities. That means as you are here now, if there is a need to, what will I give as an example? Let's say they want to clean this church, and then you are free, and you are not sick. You can actually do it. Why are you waiting for us to pay somebody to come and do it? Are you following me? That's where your might comes in. We want to carry these instruments from here to here, and then you have the strength you can actually carry it. Why will you wait for us to begin to beg you or pay money for you to carry it? You carry it for the sake of God. Amen. And you look around you, there is somebody, maybe let's say you are coming back and you see an old woman like what we used to do those years. Sorry, I always tell you about us. Me and my guys, those years, we do it as fun. When we were coming back from the stream and we see an elderly person or maybe an advanced person carrying water, we will carry the water and add to our own. We are carrying the barrel and then we push it for the person until maybe we get to where we part ways. The person will carry their own and we continue. Maybe you are coming back from fetching firewood or something. You know, we always do this minor thing. We are coming back from school, maybe the market day. They used to have on poor market day. So if we are coming back on that market day, you always see old women, some will push wheelbarrows, some will carry load that the things they bought from the market, or they carry to the market to sell, but they do not sell all of them. So we help them carry those things until we get to their house, or until we get to where maybe we can just give them to continue, and then we go home. These things, you do it because you have the strength, not because you better pass others, not because you are more responsible than anybody. You do it for the sake of God. You see those people praying for you. Oh, my son, you will get old though. This works. It works. Somebody say it works. Say it works. If you have not been doing it, learn it today and try it. You know, okay, you check how you feel when somebody sees you carry the heavy load and tell you, let me just help you small, and they carry it for you. How do you feel? Then imagine how much more an elderly person will feel when you do it for them. You are in a bus, you see an old woman maybe coming down from the bus, struggling to carry their heavy bag, and you be like, hey, madam, my leg now. Instead of helping the person to carry the thing, you know, bring it out of the bus so that you can go your way, they go their way. You are your balance there, and when the thing touch your leg, you say, madam, you don't see my leg. You know if somebody, I don't know if you follow. It costs nothing to love them. It won't cost you anything. It will even make you begin to feel younger, happier, much more relevant than when you are claiming to be boss. Every little thing you want to show yourself. No. You begin to look like a ragamuffin. You begin to look like, you want everybody to begin to fear you. You want them, no, relax. When someone might find your trouble, you will see both spiritual and physical things will begin to fight for you. You see some of these people that always do, you know, you are Nadia, I tell you. Hello, Mr. Nadia. Somebody, you can see somebody now shouting, you know, listen, land and one better slap. You feel like iron hit you I told you. Amen. So when you see a lovable person, when you see a good person, and even when you do the person back, you will see people be like, that guy don't do anything, I need to find trouble. You will see people who begin to pretend you because they know that you have been nice. If people fail to defend you, spiritual forces, when you are loving people, you are activating spiritual forces to work in your favor. You don't know these things. Many things you see in the life of people and you say, that guy carry grace. Don't be grace. Now the things wey he don't do, the grace don't just fall from somewhere. Are you following me? Now the good way don't do has activated some certain spiritual elements to work in their favor. The Lord bless us in Jesus' name. Can we have up now so we close? The book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. Please listen. Listen. Love God with all your heart. Don't be a half-baked lover. Today you love God, tomorrow you don't love God. You love God only when you come to church. You love God only on Sundays. Or you love God only on... Let me shock you. Do you know that many years now we have been preaching, many of us pastors have been preaching the wrong thing. Are you getting me? You have been preaching to somebody, stop fornication, stop smoking, stop committing adultery, stop these things. Are you following me? These things are supposed to be taught. But do you know that if I teach you to love God to the extent that the hunger for adultery will die. Even when it wants to come up, you will remember your love for God. When we go to marriage class, they always teach you, don't cheat on your wife. There is risk of cheating on your wife. What if you go now and you carry sickness? What if you go now and you do this one? What if you go now and you give another woman belle and the woman now come and scatter your home? All these things. This is what they'll be teaching you. Are you following me? Love your wife. And the only way they are telling you to love your wife is don't cheat on your wife. If you may carry sickness. And then the man will go one day, he will not carry sickness. Another time you will say, let him try again, that he will not carry sickness. Are you following me? But if you teach that man, when the man understands the meaning of loving his wife, he will understand that he cannot be with another person. Because when he does, it actually means that he doesn't love his wife. You are telling somebody that Jesus is coming, that if you ignore the person, you will go to hell. The person will not tell you that from the days of my father, they are hearing that Jesus is coming and Jesus never comes. As ignorant as it may sound, in the logic sense, it is true. Also, is it not true? We don't hear that. From 2000 years ago, we don't hear that Jesus is coming. Till now, he never comes. My father that feared Jesus that he will come and he will go to hell, he's there. Jesus will come. So why me walk on the fear and say Jesus, I will still old now die. Jesus still never. So logically, it's making sense. Even though it is ignorant. I wish you can do. This is a series. We'll continue next Sunday. We'll continue the other Sunday until the end of the month. But I want you to understand the love of God and the love for God. That's where your blessing is hidden, men and brethren. That's where you can get your blessing, when you begin to love with all your heart. Don't love him half day. Don't love him half. Let me just love God. Love him for him. Love him because he's the one person that will not fail. I'm telling you the truth. He's the one person that will not. When I begin to ask the angel that teach me the mystery of answered prayer, I will teach it here. He began to teach me things about the mystery of answered prayer. There are many things that Christians are asking for, and many a times the Lord will not answer it, not because he cannot answer it, but it is not what you need at that time. And then the Lord will give you what you need at that time, but you will look at it as it is not what you are asking for, and you do not consider it as an answered prayer. And you have been asking God for a baby, but the answer never comes. You know what she did? She went to God on that Facebook day and said, God, give me a child. Let me carry your vision. Give me a child. When this child is born, I will bring him back to you to serve as a priest for you. So, God, I am begging you to give me the privilege to carry your vision. Now, she did not tell God, if I finish giving you this one now, you can give me my own children. No. Even if it's only this one, do you know that when the woman gave birth to Samuel and gave it to God, that she gave birth to more 5 children after Samuel? 5 more children. Why? Because she loved God enough to carry the mandate of God. She loved God enough to use herself to meet the need of God. Use yourself to meet the need of God, the need of people around you. Show them that you love. And in doing this, the Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. Can you stand on your feet wherever you are?